Hocotate Freight is a long-haul deep space shipping company. One day, its only employee of any merit, Captain Olimar, crashed on an uncharted planet while on an interstellar vacation. There he was aided by the indigenous creatures, which he called Pikmin. In the end, Captain Olimar escaped. But in Olimar's absence, his employer, Hocotate Freight, ran into financial difficulties. Captain Olimar. Planet Hocotate. Hocotate Freight. President of Hocotate Freight and local employee, Louis. Olimar, I'm so glad you're safe. Yes, very glad, quite glad, but sadly, I have an announcement that is not so glad. Our company is going under. Yes, we're finished. On his first mission, Louis here met a ravenous space bunny, and his entire load of golden Pikmin brand carrots was eaten. I took out an enormous loan to repay the debt from this loss. I decided to sell off corporate assets to repay the loan. But the only asset we had to sell was your ship, the SS Dolphin. As for the rest of our loan, 10,100. We have no means to repay it. Olimar, what is that? You brought that back as a souvenir for your kid? Treasure, 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 money, 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 money! Initiating valuation to recover treasure. This artifact is worth 100 Pocos. This thing's worth 100 Pocos. That's more than a year's salary. What? There are more on that planet? They can repay our debt. Louis, you don't look alive. You must depart immediately. With Captain Olimar. Valley of Repose. That was close. I have averted a crash landing. Running diagnostics. Alert! Danger! Louis is missing. He must have somehow fallen out of its cockpit. He's not responding via his communicator. He is either flouting protocol or in danger. Olimar, you must find Louis before he freezes to death in the cold of the planet. Wait a moment. Look! Could these be Pikmin? They look like they're about to be devoured as we speak. You must help them. Point at the screen and press B to call them with your whistle. You can also hold B to make the sound of your whistle carry further. Remember? Yes, I do. Yo guys, Kurt here. This is Pikmin 2! So, I wasn't planning on doing this game yet, but, as y'all probably know, a specific game got announced earlier this month, and, well, hopefully earlier this month. I don't even know what today is. Yeah, this should go out before the end of the month. And I am excited, and I haven't done content with Pikmin in forever because, well, it just hasn't been on my schedule, and of course, so I had games planned ahead of time that I was gonna do, and so far, none of them have been what we've actually done after DK64. The 1,000-Year Door was not planned to be the next one. This was not planned to be going on with TDYD, and the other game that hopefully will be going out at the same time was also not planned for any time near now. Actually, I hadn't had plans for the other one at all. Pikmin 2 was on the roster. It technically was going to be the game after what was supposed to be what TDYD's slot is. But yeah, for now, let's call these Pikmin. The Pikmin ran to your side. They seem to remember you, Captain Olimar. How fascinating. Give them instructions. Do not delay. Hold A to grab Pikmin, then point at the screen and release to throw it. Also, yes, I am playing on the Wii version because I do not actually own the GameCube version anymore. I had it as a kid, and I don't know what happened to it. So, you know, that's fun. But yeah, take out this Dwarf Bulbor pretty quickly. That Dwarf Bulbor also cannot attack you, so don't worry about it eating your Pikmin. Attention, Captain Olimar, I have just re-established my communications link with Louie. It is fortunate we have managed to confirm his safety. Press minus to communicate with him. I am quite interested in the details of his condition. Yeah, we'll do that, but first I want to throw my Pikmin up there. Now, if audio sounds funny, I am sitting like 3-4 foot away from my microphone because the way the Wii works. My room's not really... Oh, where's the minus button? Oh, this Wii remote is not a normal Wii remote. Plus and minus buttons are actually above the A button. That's a little inconvenient. I'll have to switch Wii remotes at some point. Louie, allow me to assess your condition. As per our safety protocols, are you all at all injured? Is that so? Then my concerns are eased. Our communication link shows you're nearby. Can you make your way to our location and rejoin us? I'll navigate for you. Press plus to contact me and obtain information about the terrain. We can do that. I'm not too worried about it. We're just gonna go on ahead. So, hey, these look familiar. Oh, it's one. Oh, 2 more. What? How bunches is it? 1, 2, 4, 5, 7. 7. That was weird. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. Cool. Louie, the odd object before you appears to be one of the onions mentioned in Olimar's report. The seed the onion injected just sprouted. According to Olimar's report, it can be plucked with A. Alright, let's pluck it. So cute! Louie, this must be one of the Pikmin creatures from Olimar's report. It is staring at you. You can press down on the control pad to issue objectives to your Pikmin squad and direct their movement. You can disband your squad with C. Interesting. Olimar's description of the creatures resembling Pikmin carrots is strikingly accurate. Louie, my sensors have detected drool in the corner of your mouth. Are you alright? Are y'all looking at me like that for? Don't break the fourth wall, we're at the very beginning of the game! Alright, so now that we have control of Louie and a Pikmin, it is time to gather up our squad. All the basics of the first game still apply here. Pikmin, you need a certain amount of Pikmin to pick up any item. In this case, we only need the one to pick up an item. And they will start carrying it back to either their onion or to the ship, depending on what it is. In this case, it's nutrients for the Pikmin, so they will bring back to the onion. The onion injected more seeds. The pellet from the flower must hold nutrients that breed Pikmin. Yes, the Pikmin gather nutrients, haul them to the onion, and further propagate their species. The onion is a Pikmin mothership. Reviewing Olimar's report, it seems repeatedly tapping A lets one rapidly pluck Pikmin sprouts. That it does, but first we want to... Oh, nope. I want to throw the Pikmin over, please. Thank you. Now I have to remember how the controls work on the Wii Remote, because I haven't played this in ages. Oh, I thought they were both going to go to the same one. I was going to be a little upset. Not too shabby. We already got quite a few Pikmin sprouted up. So the basics of the pellets also work the same. So these are red pellet posies, which will give us 2 Pikmin for every 1 pellet posy. Now, the way the game makes it sound is any red pellet posy, no matter what color the pellet is, will double the amount of Pikmin you get. But as far as I can tell, that's not actually the case, and also, you need to tell I jitter my leg a lot. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of that playthrough. What was I saying? I distracted myself. Perhaps this object is one of the treasures that we were searching for. The only reason we found it here is because this is where you crash landed. How fortunate. I would like to appraise it, but you must regroup with Olimar first. Can you see him? Press Z to move the camera behind you. You can also press left or right on the D-pad to zoom and up on the D-pad to change angle. Okay, the way that they colored that does not make sense. The zoom should be the only thing in red in that middle part. And then change angles should also be colored. I don't know what they did there, that's weird. Alright, well, for now we gotta regroup with Olimar anyhow, so let's go over here and start throwing our Pikmin up onto this weird alien structure, which is just a bag. Captain Olimar, Louie, you're reunited at last. This has been a troublesome start to our trip. But now you must feel assured that your combined wits can get you through anything, correct? From now on, use B to form a single group, C to take solo action, and minus to change leaders. Alright, we will do so. I'm just gonna use the down button on the control pad, the D-pad rather, whatever, to march them forward and pick up that enemy. Just a little bit more convenient than trying to throw 6 of them at it. Especially because my sensor bar or Wii Remote, one of them's acting kind of weird. So there's times when it doesn't seem to put it where I want it to be. So there are a few differences between this version and the GameCube version. For one, our whistle radius is a lot farther than the GameCube version. The GameCube version would be locked by how far you can throw a Pikmin. In this version, you can, as long as it's on screen, you can whistle at it. I'm trying to think of other things off the top of my head, and I can't because I came into this not prepared at all. So, yeah. Yeah, I need to stop jittering my leg. Right now, we just gotta wait for these Pikmin to bring the Dwarf Bulwark back to the onion. If there's any more pellet posies for us. Right? Yeah, no, this should be it. Go ahead and gather the rest of the Pikmin. And we got a treasure to grab. Come on, guys. Y'all are very slow. Here we go. And now I'll probably speak... Well, I don't know. Maybe I have things to talk about. So, when it comes to this project, as I said, I'm getting prepared for Pikmin 4. I want to have content done for the main stories of Pikmin 2 and 3 before 4 comes out. And that gives us about 7 months? 5 months? What month was it in? I don't remember what month it was in now. 5 to 7 months. I'm not entirely sure. In theory, I should be able to get the main quests done, and later on down the road, I would like to tackle the side missions that are in all both games. But I don't know when we would get around to that. Those will take some time, especially because I'm not very good at specifically the Pikmin 2 side mode. Those are very difficult, and yeah, I'm not great at them. Am I speeding that up with Olimar? I doubt it. I don't think you can actually speed Pikmin up by pushing. But yeah, so far that's the game plan, is to hopefully have 2 and 3 done by the time 4 comes out, and then we can start making content on 4. The Courage Reactor for 280 Pokos. Our first day of exploration has yielded our first treasure. We'll be done in record time. I took the liberty of naming it when I praised it. The name reflects my current thinking. Leave it to me to think up catchy names for hit products. It is but one of my many talents. We shall end our first day here and report back to the President. His face will surely be joyous. However, to communicate with Hocotate, we must fly into low orbit above the planet. We will not return to the surface till morning, so as to avoid the indigenous nocturnal creatures. Today's report. Once you finish a day, we will, of course, head off into the atmosphere to communicate with Hocotate, and we will get a overview of what all we've done in that day. So, we only got the 1 treasure, but that's still pretty good. Good start. We can see how many Pikmin we've grown, and how many we have lost. Another difference to this game is we can see the, so this whole page is different from 1. We can see how the Pikmin have perished. Battle, if you left them behind at sunset, and then stage hazards. And there are a few new stage hazards in this one that were not in the first game. So we'll get to those when we are further. You found your first bit of treasure. Fine work. Our future depends on your efforts, so check your treasure hoard regularly. I'll check in often. Keep up the pace. Alright. Game has been saved. Well, I think we got one more day on us for this first episode. Let's head back in to the Valley of Repose. Good morning, workers. Ready for another day of toiling for the profit of your company? The Pikmin seem to still be asleep inside their onions. What lazy creature. No wonder they lack survival skills. Stand beneath the onion and press A to call them out. Yep, so whenever you want to call out your Pikmin, stand underneath the light of the onion, and this screen will pop up. Hold up or down to call out your Pikmin. Cool. And let's do pellet gathering. I missed both tops of those. So if you can land a Pikmin on the very top of the pellet plant, why did you need both y'all now? What the heck? That's annoying. Let's see, I think this one turns 5, so I'm gonna do this. We're gonna leave Louie here with some Pikmin, and we're gonna take Olimar out here. Ooh, I may not have brought enough. I put on that. That should be fun. He better grab onto that, or I'm gonna be upset. Come on, little pokes. So Pikmin behave kind of weird in this game. They're a lot better than they were in the first game, by a long shot. But their AI is still a bit wonky, so at times you'll be trying to get them to... That was weird. You'll be trying to get them to follow you, and they'll trip and just waste time, and you'll get frustrated. That's normal, unfortunately. Get used to having your Pikmin just do things that would get on your nerves. Where we at? I don't need that many to go with me, but I do want quite a few. We can get set up to move forward as well. But yeah, let's pick some of these guys up. I only really need to keep on me. We're gonna toss one over here. I don't have to worry about if I accidentally throw or not. Oh, and if you only have one Pikmin, you can just pick him up and carry him, and you won't have to worry about his AI doing the dumb stuff. Which is extremely nice. Did he break both down? Oh, he did. Okay, so we can just throw this guy up there and be done with it. Not too shabby. Not a whole lot to talk about as we're just getting started here, so I just kind of want to maybe talk about like I love the atmosphere in this game. Very calm and peaceful for a majority of the game, and even though I'm gonna tell y'all, it's a very difficult game. By the time we get to the end of it, when you're in the overworld for the most part, it's just so peaceful. Like, there's not a huge amount of dangers in a lot of the beginning. If you just want a relaxing atmosphere to just hang around in, this area for sure is a very good one. But yeah, with that, we have quite a few Pikmin now. We still have one who's coming back, but it's not too big of a deal if we don't have him with us. So we're just gonna come over here. And we're gonna throw some more Pikmin on the top here. Crush this paper bag. Got ourselves. Oh, that was lucky. Yeah, Dwarf Bulborb dropped a pellet for us, so we'll take that. And this guy. This is a adult Bulborb. I think we can call it a Bulborb. I'm gonna spin and throw my Pikmin on him. That's gonna be probably the best way, yep, to get him to go down quickly. I'm gonna hope we didn't get any Pikmin crushed in that, because, yeah, that would be very unfortunate. Throw some Pikmin onto these, and we need more in order to pick up this thing. I believe this needs 35. Yep. So now we gotta do the long, arduous task of waiting on Pikmin. Actually, it depends on how many are over here. We're doing pretty good on our Pikmin counts right now, so. Yo, cool. Yeah, I'll go ahead and take these and put them onto the that treasure. That way we can go ahead and just get it moved out of here. Come on, guy. I don't like you being slower than everybody else. Alright, get on there. There we go. Wait. Did I only have 20 on there before? Dang it, we need another 5. Yeah, well. That tends to happen. I'm not bad at math, but I'm bad at paying attention. So, you know. Oh yeah, this is more than enough. Come on. Also, it's kind of weird because I'm so used to playing closer to the screen and not having to yell to be heard. But, you know, Bad setups are just bad setups. I may have to try to work my office around to make it work for this game, but I don't know entirely how I'm gonna do that. I might be able to work some things around. I just mainly want to be able to pull my microphone to be closer to my face so that I'm not having to yell. I don't care so much about being so far away from the screen, I just don't like my microphone being that far away. Yeah, let's pull these Pikmin up out of the ground. We don't have that many. Did I not get lucky with the pellets? Did they? I don't think those enemies always drop pellets, but I ended up with the same number I always do here. What? I'm gonna have to go explore now, because I feel like I'm being shorted here. I should have more Pikmin than that. Also, you heard that chime? That signals that we're halfway through the day. So, yeah, I gotta pay attention to that. You don't want to run out of time and lose some Pikmin. Oh, there's no more over here. Oh, treasure made it back. We got the utter scrap, and it looks like a funny face. Well, if that's the case, I'll just... Oh, yeah, my... Oh, that is weird. I definitely gonna switch Wii remotes here soon, because that's very uncomfortable trying to press up that high to swap Olimar and Louie. And it's not like the normal minus button. It's like... What's the word for this? It doesn't stick up. There's a specific word for that, and it is escaping my mind right now. Yeah, no. It doesn't stick up, so I have to, like, look for it whenever I'm trying to switch. It's... meh. But, at this point, we're just gonna wait on the Pikmin to get this job done. Which they did, right as soon as I said it. How could Pikmin destroy such a massive wall when Master Might is ferocious? Louie, did Olimar instruct you on proper Pikmin commanding protocol? Apparently not, Olimar. You are failing your duty as a superior. Allow me to explain. Why are you blaming Olimar? You could do this too. Which, I know you're doing it now, but like... Don't complain about it. Press A to grab Pikmin and... Okay, you've already talked about this. You've literally talked about all this already! Yell out Olimar for not... Ugh. Stupid shit. Well, we can't... Oh. I was gonna make it different. Nope, but this works too! Interesting. Warm air is welling up from the hole in the ground before you. What could lie on the ground? What is wrong? You both show expressions of unease. Do not fear. The leader's group of Pikmin will join you. I shall dispatch my research pod too. Approach the hole and press A to jump in. Okay, the other note I was gonna make is we actually can't venture any farther here. Pikmin drown if they touch the water. So we're gonna avoid that. But we can go into the Emergence Cave, and you'll notice I don't have Olimar with me. That's fine. You just need to make sure you have all your Pikmin with you when you enter the hole, but you don't have to have both captains with you. They'll just automatically both show up. Oh, I skipped the cutscene. It's fine. We'll see that cutscene a lot of times, so... Intriguing. My heat sensors indicate that this hole interior is warmer than on the surface. Analysis suggests danger lies ahead, but the promise of treasure is tantalizing. If you wish to check underground terrain, press plus to communicate with me. I am not just a ship, I am an all-purpose support pod. Alright. So... we head on down, and right off the bat, we got ourselves a treasure. I drew the right amount of... Oh, no, I didn't. There's one extra. I also got another treasure over here, but it is surrounded by enemies. There we go. And I'm going to tell y'all, you don't really want to take enemies with you underground. As you tell, there's not an onion, so they will try to take it to the ship. And I'm going to show y'all what happens by taking this one little guy to the ship. Oh, that little guy. I think I can get... Oh. Stop it. Okay, yeah, there's no more that can go on there. And the ship, if you give it an enemy... How can you possibly consider this beast such treasure? Beasts are incompatible with my circuitry. I suppose I will store your finds in my hold. But I do not think beasts will be worth much. And we didn't see it, but I believe these guys are worth like 2 Pokos? Definitely not worth it to try to take them. This hole appears to be quite deep. My sensors indicate more treacherous terrain ahead. Louie, you do recall— oh my gosh, stop with the tutorials! Your expression suggests you do. Excellent. Don't worry, all your Pikmin will follow you. Approach the hole and press A to enter it. Okay, well, we're not quite ready yet. Got another treasure to take. $180 for the citrus lump. Now with that, when you hear that chiming down noise, it means you've collected every treasure on the floor. I want to make a note of that. It's very useful for right now. Now another thing is, when you're in a cave, you don't need to worry about all your Pikmin or your other captain being able to go down the hole here. All the Pikmin on the floor will gather and go down with you. You don't have to worry about leaving them behind. It's very nice. Merchant's Cave, sub-level 2. I skipped that, but whatever. And the game is also nice enough to let you know when you have reached the final floor. So now we know that 2 is the final floor of the Merchant's Cave. I can't throw straight at all. Goodness me. I probably don't need to take all the... Can I go around this? Aww. It's inconceivable with such an immense object. Wow, I can't talk. It's inconceivable that such an immense object has been buried here for so long. The design on the outer shell resembles the surface of the planet as seen from space. Perhaps this can be used for something other than salvage. But how will we ever lift it? I fear that even 100 red Pikmin will be unable to lift it. So they're hinting at another thing that you would, is another basic from the first game, but we haven't seen it in action. You can only have 100 Pikmin out on the field at a time. So how would we ever pick something up that 100 reds could not pick up? No, 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 no. You don't eat us, we eat you. You don't eat us, we eat you. Okay, Sensibar, what is going on? Okay, cool. My point still stands. You do not eat us, we eat you. Astounding! A flower blooms in a cave deep beneath a snowy landscape. Clearly it is warmer down here than above. Look, the Pikmin are restless. They look as if they yearn to be tossed into the flower. Alright, well, let's do it. If y'all want in the flower, you gotta go in the flower. I hit that with 5? Yes. So only 5 Pikmin can go into one of these at a time. After you do 5 Pikmin, it will wilt. Here we go. Amazing! A purple Pikmin! It has hair and is quite stocky. It seems very heavy and strong. This kind of Pikmin was not mentioned in your report, Olimar. It must be an entirely new type. It's forming Pikmin by tossing them into flowers? Intriguing. Perhaps there are others. These are gonna be so good throughout the game. Purple Pikmin are quite the force to be reckoned with. Come on. So they... Well, here, we'll get into it in a second here. The first thing to note, though, is they are incredibly slow. They're going to be your slowest type of Pikmin throughout the rest of the game. They will always be falling behind, so you will need to make sure you stop and wait on them to catch up, so that, you know, they're not getting caught on anything or just being a nuisance otherwise. Outside of their poor AI and movement speed, though, these guys are a beast. If you look at that, the total weight is 101. That single purple Pikmin is putting in 10 Pikmin's worth of carry weight. So yes, purple Pikmin can carry 10 times the weight of other Pikmin. Now, let's speed this up. I'm gonna throw all of our Pikmin on there. Keep Louie behind, even though it doesn't matter. Actually, they're all on there. Yeah, they're all on there. Okay, cool. And I'm just gonna have Olimar rush back over here. It's to their destination first. Olimar does! Astounding! Water is shooting out of this geyser with incredible force. Sensors indicate it has enough power to launch you into the air. Approach it and press A to try. How convenient! And now we wait for the treasure to go. You guys are slow. 200 Pokos for the Spherical Atlas. There's a device resembling a microchip embedded inside the sphere, retrieving data. Error, I could only decode a portion of the data, but I did retrieve new geographic charts. I will input this data into my planetary database and name it the Sphere Chart. Press plus to contact me and go to the exploration kit on the radar screen by pressing left on the D-pad. Now that we have this new data, you should explore the decoded territory tomorrow. Well, first we gotta get out of here. There's that shrine, so you'll know we got all the treasure on this floor. There's only the one. And if we jump into the geyser, we're out of here. Once you jump into the geyser, it will show you all the treasure you gathered within the cave, the amount of Pokos that treasure was worth, and how much it puts you to in your total altogether. So the cave itself gave us the 482. That makes us what we got before we went in the cave. Puts us at a total of 932. You didn't lose any Pikmin, and yeah, the beast was worth 2. I was correct. So you don't really need to worry about collecting beasts. They don't add up to much. The bosses in this game usually will give you 15 Pokos, but that's still not really a lot when treasures are giving you 200 at a time, 100 at a time, you know? I'm gonna save once we exit this cave. The game does auto-save every time you go down a floor, and you can save at the end of the cave itself. And we're back in the Valley of Repose. You have successfully returned to the planet's surface. Excellent decision-making, gentlemen. We must celebrate your first successful spelunking expedition. You've gathered a large amount of data that needs in-depth analysis. I shall send a report back to the President tonight detailing your progress. Olimar and Louie, since you will explore a new area tomorrow, today's work is done. What, you still want to work? Unacceptable. You may not realize it, but you are exhausted. How do you know if I'm exhausted? Are you me? That doesn't make any sense! I'm not a ship! You should take a much-needed rest, as you have all the time you need to collect treasure. Haste makes waste, so take it slow and steady. You're talking to the guy that's planning on doing a whole lot of YouTube work at once. Do not tell me haste makes waste, man. And yeah, he does force you to end your day early. Technically, I think if you don't get the Spherical Atlas, and you go through the geyser, you can come back and collect more Pikmin? But I'm not sure. I've never actually done it myself, so I can't attest to this. Today's report. We gathered a total of 652 Pokos. We've gained 40 red Pikmin and 10 purple Pikmin. And we didn't lose any still, so that probably won't last too much longer. Baby steps first, Olimar. Plan well and don't worry about me. Our debt is with Happy Hocotate Savings and Loan, after all. Besides, there's nothing left to repossess, so ha! And with the Spherical Atlas, we've opened up our way to the Awakening Wood. Next time on Pikmin 2, we will be exploring there. See you guys then. Bye, everybody.